Doctor Who is a massive show with an expanded continuity, and since 2006 the show has expanded with spin-offs including Torchwood and the Sarah Jane Adventures. A little less is said about the rest. But with the show now becoming more popular with Series 12, less is said about The Timeless Child, I thought we should talk about ideas for potential spin-offs that could expand the show. Now, these are all hypothetical, and I doubt the BBC would even consider any of these, but these are my ideas for some potential Doctor Who spin-offs. Okay, number 1. Rose Tyler and the Meta-Crisis Doctor. Journey's End was the end of an era, being David Tennant's final series as the Doctor. The finale, titled Journey's End, brought some interesting concepts, including the Meta-Crisis 10th Doctor. At the end of the episode, 10 leaves the Meta-Crisis duplicate with Rose, so why not explore their adventures? What happened to Rose and the duplicate after the Doctor left them? Do they rebuild Torchwood? Do they continue their own adventures? In a deleted scene for Journey's End, funnily enough, the Doctor gives the Meta-Crisis a chunk of TARDIS, and Donna explains that you can speed up the growth of it because TARDISes are actually organic and they take thousands of years to grow. And a spin-off would be a pretty good idea to continue the Meta-Crisis Doctor story. Okay, next up, Luke, Clyde and Rani. While I would love for the Sarah Jane Adventures to have continued and to come back, sadly it can't because Elizabeth Sladen has passed away. I thought maybe another spin-off could centre around Sarah Jane's companions. While the story Farewell Sarah Jane provides some backstory on what happened to the companions following the end of the show, it would be pretty cool to explore their adventures post Sarah Jane, throw in some cool villains and some classic Who villains, and that's a pretty good idea for a spin-off. Or, if Torchwood gets continued, then you can effectively put them in it. Okay, next up, the Ruth Doctor. In Fugitive of the Judoon, we were introduced to a new Doctor in the form of Ruth. How and where Ruth fits into the timeline is for another day, but it would be cool to see a spin-off focusing on her own adventures, showing who she met on her own travels, whether she met River Song or any other classic villains, and what adventures this Doctor had. That would be pretty cool to see. Now, while it would be cool to see the Daleks in this series, I mean, they could do it, and it's very much established that after every regeneration cycle, the Doctor's memory, I guess, is erased. But sure, it would be cool to see Ruth's own adventures. Number 4. Torchwood continuation. So with Captain Jack's return in Fugitive of the Judoon and his rumoured appearance in the upcoming festive special, I thought it would be cool to see a continuation of the show that arguably kicked off the Doctor Who Expanded Universe. This would actually be pretty cool for a few reasons, because A, Chris Chibnall actually wrote an episode or episodes for Torchwood, and B, if Torchwood did return, I'm 100% certain that John Barrowman would be up for returning. I mean, Torchwood is certainly passable. Season 1 and 2 were some of my favourites, and having watched Torchwood Children of Earth recently, it's actually a pretty good watch. While I haven't watched Miracle Day all the way through, I can understand why a lot of people hate it, including the editor, so... Anyway, alright, let's get back to the video. So, I've saved my best idea for last. The Master is a complex character, and there's a lot about him that we don't actually know, and it would be a cool idea to expand on his character in his own series. Think about it, we could see the return of different characters, former companions, classic Who villains, and even the Doctor himself. This spin-off could focus on different Masters. Hell, it could be an anthology series expanding on gaps in the Master's timeline. We could see James Dreyfus' Master to Alex McQueen's Master, or even John Simmons' Sacha Dhawan. Side note, John Simmons is actually going to be appearing in a Big Finish story called Masterful, I think at some point next year, so that's definitely a step in the right direction. So we could even see the Master perhaps after the events of Season 12, and even if the Master was to come back, say in Series 13, they probably would ruin the mystery of what happened to him. Or we could even see the Master after the events of the TV movie, because that's been explained in a lot of graphic literature and some expanded media, but we don't actually know what happened in Big Finish, so it would be cool to see if that could get documented in the spin-off. So those are basically my ideas for potential Doctor Who spin-offs. Some of these could even be turned into Big Finish concepts, and hell, most of these entries are already Big Finish, including the Master and Torchwood. And if you think about it, the Ruth Doctor and the Meta-Crisis Doctor and Rose are two really good ideas for Big Finish series. Big Finish, if you're watching, knock yourselves out. Anyway, if you guys have any ideas for potential Doctor Who spin-offs, then let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your suggestions. And if you guys want to see more of our videos, then go to the channel. If you're new to the channel, hi, thanks for watching this video. And go to our channel, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We do a lot of videos. We range from James Bond, comic books, Doctor Who, animation stuff. I've been kind of trying to take a break from that for a bit because it's extremely tiring. However, newest episode of the long dead Doctor Who series is up now, called Shadow of Steel, so please go and check that out. I put a lot of work into it and Amzo did a fantastic job with the editing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this interesting video and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.